what? I mean, do people still get notified and shizit? A long drive. Well, my shit is all my shit is frozen in my truck. Anything I need is just frozen. Hopefully we're gonna get out of that in the next couple days. Last night was warmer in the 20s instead of the teens and the single digits like it's been for weeks. We're supposed to dip back into the teens tonight, and then we're gonna break out of that mold and get back into the 20s and 30s at night, which I can live with. I gotta up my winter gear just in the future sometime. Winter preps. Not a bunch of things, just a little odds and ends that I learned this time. I mean, I'm pretty good about preparing for, say, you know, like winter comes up. I've recently had family move close, and so like I'm trying to explain to them, you know, to winterize and get stuff ready for the winter before we even got to this point, and they didn't, and they're having all types of troubles, freezing pipes, stuff like that. So it's not that hard, it's just the work, you know, and that's why a place like Arkansas will keep you busy, because you'll be doing all Alright, had to take a little phone call at work action. What up, Poison Stinger? I am out here on the road, man, heading to work. Thought I'd pop in for a couple minutes. I'm a mobile office, though, so I gotta take phone calls. Well, I don't always have to take phone calls, but I had to take that phone call. Popos are heavy in Arkansas this last, I'd say I've really noticed the uptick in like the last month. Popo in Arkansas is everywhere. County, state, cities, whatever. The city cops are just goofballs, but the state troops, man, they're everywhere. They are everywhere, and they are out there. Stay out of their way. Give them some credit, though, because, you know, back home in Vegas, you know, state troops only give you 5 miles over the speed limit. Out here, they give you more. I'm not gonna say how much, but they give you more out here. They give you a little longer leash in the tyranny of tyrannies. There's not too much tyranny around here. I don't get bothered, so mind the popos as long as they're getting all the niggas and brothers. Man, I don't care what they're doing. As long as they're not fucking bothering me, that's all I care about. People in the city want more cops. Have at it. Have more cops. People in the country, I think, would probably agree. Less cops, right? Or whatever. I mean, me, I'm a less cops person. As long as they're fucking leaving me alone, I don't care. I mean, I care about tyranny overall. I totally do. Totally do. As far as, you know, you think about what you can control in your own AO, and that's, you know, you can hope for bigger picture things all the time, but, you know, if people minded their own business and worried about what was on their own plate in their own neighborhood, their own community, we'd be a lot better off. Society's too busy worrying about critiquing what everybody else is doing, and they never take the time to critique themselves. Well, I was doing this chat for a reason. Ice is out there. Ice baby. If you're, what up, Rooster? There's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of pieces are moving. A lot of stuff being reversed. A lot of stuff being, you know, changed, and this, that, and the other. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not a person that tends to agree with every single thing that Trump does. Some of the things that people around him say, I don't agree with. I mean, never going to agree with somebody 100%, but I can agree on rounding these fools up, sending the military to the border. I'm with it. I'm losing air. My signal's sucking. I might have to wait to finish this thought. Long story short, because I don't know how much I lost of it, you're just a normal person. You're out there trying to get party supplies for the night. You're trying to get your little cocaine. You're trying to get your little pills. You're trying to get your little, ketamine for the night. Trying to get your little ecstasy for the night. And you get a dose of fentanyl and you're dead. All for just trying to have party supplies for one night. I'm not okay with my kids growing up in a country like that. Do I think them shutting down the border and all things they're going to do is going to totally stop that shit from coming in? I mean, everybody knows prohibition doesn't work, right? But, this is a sovereign nation with a border. It's supposed to be, right? Ideally. And things that are coming over the border that shouldn't be here, I mean, they should try to be stopped. I think even a lot of my stuff, a lot of my positions has changed as I've gotten older, obviously. And so people can knock me for that. I don't care. Just had a baby girl, I don't think we need more cops. I'm not in that boat. But there should not be illegals. There should not be illegal aliens operating in this country, roaming around freely. There should not be people coming and going over the border freely, as far as people breaking the law. Motherfucker want to go visit Mexico for the day or whatever, and vice versa. Yeah, but coming through here, having basically NGOs and seditious groups from around the world inside our country to the south of the border, facilitating all these people to do what they're doing. Bullshit. So round them up. I don't care. This is I don't know. People could try to test it. Is it non-Christian? I mean, nations have borders, right? Nations have borders. We are Americans. Beholden to God, but this is a it's a Christian nation. This is our country. How can we not have pride in our country? How can we not want our borders secure? To be defined out of the whole world, out of the big fucking glob of goo of what they want the world to be, this one group of like fucking tan-skinned people belonging to one nation. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want utopia. I don't want to be blended and molded in with the rest of the motherfuckers. I don't want my kids blended and molded in with the rest of the motherfuckers. Americans standing out. Within America, you have different cultures. Why would any race... I guess if we're going into, I don't know, I guess that's where I'm hovering around, I guess, but it's in my head right now. Why would any race want to get rid of its own race? Why would white people want to get rid of whites and wash out and all be tan people? Why would black people want to try to wash out blackness and just be some fucking South Park, you know what I mean? Fucking futuristic tan person with no culture, no country, no language. Why? Savage did that book. What is it? Is this border language culture, something like that? I forget what the hell it's called, but that's what he hit on in that book hard. So I'm just thinking that off the top of the head. So I'm with that. All the way. So don't, you know what I mean? If somebody's like, where are you at on the border thing? I am fucking round them all up. The kids, the women, the men, all of them. They got to go back home. You don't fucking break the law. You don't get to, hey, I want to be part of your country. The first thing I'm going to do is break your fucking law. You don't do that. You can't do that. Me and you can't do that. I'm going to have to chill here for just a second while I'm going through. There's going to be a rough spot. That is not smart. Just like, to me, the having fentanyl in all party supplies is not smart either. People are gonna do party supplies. There ain't no stopping that. People are gonna do drugs. Prohibition is not gonna stop that. I don't think that drugs should be legal, though. I mean, I think weed, they could declaw anyway, so I don't really give a fuck. But as far as legalizing all drugs, no. People are going to get their party supplies no matter what. I think that if anything, you got to go after the people that are putting the fentanyl in all the different shit, the precursors, all of them. Go after them like you're going after the cartels. I mean, the cartels are the ones, getting the agents, right? And making the finalized product that's going to go to the border. Make America have clean drugs again. You shouldn't, do some cocaine or some ecstasy. Well, they gotta go, man. They got to go. They all gotta go. I know that's not realistic, but they all gotta go. I'll hold out hope. I'll hold out hope for they all gotta go. Most of these, everything I do videos on is my opinion anyway, so these guys that have been on here for a minute know that. I'm just giving my opinion. Doesn't mean it's fact, but to me, they all gotta go. All the drugs gotta go. All the drugs gotta be clean, because people are gonna do drugs no matter what. Be clean, because people are gonna do drugs no matter what. I think I'm coming back. Yeah, reality on all this shit is a lot different. And from everything from, you hope everybody gets prosecuted to probably nobody will be prosecuted. Guess they'll lose their jobs and their pensions. What can us peons do? It's been crazy. What up, Oscar? Oh, I was just talking about deporting everybody, Oscar. They all gotta go. So the next thing is the J6 shit. The J6 shit, they should have never been there. The whole shit is corrupt. Everybody who prosecuted those people needs to be in jail. Glad looks like they got almost all of them out of there. All the grandmas and the Bevelyn Williams, I think it was, all the people that protested or prayed outside of abortion centers were sentenced to I mean, we're in the fucking most dystopian shit ever. Grandmas and little old black lady, or she wasn't old, but little black lady, mother, sentenced to prison, being thrown in prison for praying outside of an abortion center. This is nonsense. The fact that those people were prosecuted and put in jail, put in prison, this reception's gonna drive me crazy. I mean, there's towers. Borders, Language, Culture. Yeah, BG, you know the one I'm talking about. I got that book still. I still fuck with Savage too. Savage is my guy. I feel like Savage looked like he's the same age the whole time I've been listening to him. It's like he got to that older-ish New York gentleman, right? And he hit that spot and he hasn't aged since, right? I remember Gerald Celente, he's aged a bunch. He's yelling all the time and cussing. I wonder how come I didn't age a bunch when I was yelling and cussing and all passionate. Maybe I did, I just don't notice it. But Borders, Language, Culture, yes. The next one, the J6ers, like I said, bullshit. They shouldn't have been there. I'm not outraged that they're let out. I'm outraged that motherfuckers are little bitches. Since when did everybody on the Democrat side become little bitches and rats and hoes? I mean, that's what they do. They're fucking rats, right? They do bad shit. They burn shit down. They shot people. They do all this kind of crazy shit, right? And then people go for a protest and they get let inside the building, and the Democrats are a bunch of FBI rats, a bunch of CIA stooges, and they set motherfuckers up, right? They make shit look crazy, and then they just drone on and on and on about how violent it was, and it was this and it was that. Motherfuckers ain't never seen no violence. They pulled the same shit at Bundy Ranch and Oregon, right? The only people that ever did any violence at Bundy Ranch or the Oregon thing was the feds, was the federal government. Just like on January 6th. Motherfuckers wouldn't know an erection. Wouldn't know an erection if it hit them in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Fucking nonsense. Can't get a thought out. I'm not moved by their faux outrage on what violence is. You think if there was ever actually real violence, like, they wouldn't even be around. They'd lose their shit. They'd totally implode because they've made such a big deal about so much non-violence, and they've blown it up and they've repeated it. My new word, it's not a new word, but my new thing to describe these motherfuckers and just describe society as whole is drones and droning on, because that's what they do. They pick some subject matter, right, that they want you to believe, and they just drone on about it until you become so convinced, because that's all you hear through repetition or through boredom or just through fucking, I'm tired of hearing it, okay, let me have it, you know. But it's bullshit. It's all lies. So I'm okay with that. The AI vaccine bullshit, not okay with that. I'm totally different than a lot of motherfuckers, you know? Like, I reject the future. I totally reject the future. I'm a realist, though. I know it's coming. I know that AI is coming. I know all this great technology that's going to make life so fucking... Life is good. Find a way for people to have clean water around the country. Find a way for people to have cheap power or free power, something like that. You know what I mean? Innovation. Things that people could use. I don't give a fuck about AI. What is AI going to do for us? Positively. What is AI going to do for us? Somebody hit me. I just, I want to know. I just, like, humans get lazier and lazier, and they put more and more shit into computers, into more surveillance, and more this, that, and the other. I totally reject AI. I mean, I guess the big argument on it is somebody's going to do it. China's doing it. They're going to do it. Whoever has AI is going to be, you know, control the world. So, yeah, I know. AI, that's all it really is. It's not... I mean, think about the jobs it's going to create, right? They say the jobs it's going to create. What about all the jobs it's going to take away? You know, when you have computers doing jobs, you know, I mean, you're going to have people working on the computers, but that number compared to the amount of workers that did that job is gone. So, it's like AI, honestly, is the futuristic Mexican, right? Or the futuristic, or the futuristic past, the past brought to the future Negro bot, okay? You got the futuristic Mexican and the past to present future Negro bot, okay? So you have something that resembles a Mexican, right? Where you don't have to pay it any bennies. You don't even really have to pay it, right? It's just a computer, does what you want it to do. I mean, it basically is the past to present, or the past to present to future Negro bot. I mean, it's really slave labor, right? I mean, I understand it's fucking AI and all that, but they continue their whole strive to eliminate the middle class and eliminate good paying jobs with good benefits for the middle America. You know, they've snuck in all these illegal immigrants that pollute the pool, whether it's the work pool, the money pool, and they do it because they pay them for shit. They don't have to give cut the middle class in America. They love it. So now AI, whether it's a fucking computer they hook up that takes, I don't know, the bill collector calling you, or it's put into the past to present to future Negro bot or the future Mexican bot, and they do manual labor, whether it's a big old machine or an actual robot. I mean, it's a little bit of mixture of what they get out of illegal aliens right now, but ultimately it's what they got out of, say, a slave. That's why I call it the Negro bot. I mean, they don't have to pay it anything. They don't got to feed it anything. They don't have to do any of that. So why the fuck would they hire you as a human? I'm hopped up on coffee this morning. Sorry if I'm a little crazy. But those are the things that are really standing out. The cabinet positions are kind of getting done, I guess. I'm excited to see Pete get in there, and I'm excited to see Kash Patel get in there. I don't know if they're going to let him get in there, and I don't know if he's going to do everything he says. I don't know if Trump's going to release the JFK stuff and all that like he said he's going to do. At this point, like, what's left to put out there? The CIA did it. The Israel did it by, you know what I mean? Either or, vice versa. All in one. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see us having no new revelations with that. Who took out MLK, FBI, CIA? New revelations on that? Not really. Who took out Malcolm X, FBI, CIA? I think Cory Booker was involved in that too. It's crazy. Nobody ever talks about Cory Booker. Cory Booker, and we could look this up. You could Google it. You could look for it. I believe Cory Booker was there when Malcolm X was assassinated. I could be wrong. When Malcolm X assassinated, or he was friends with the person who assassinated Cory Booker. Cory Booker was friends with the person that assassinated Malcolm X. But I want to say he was at both of those events. I want to say he's involved in both of those events. He was at where Malcolm X got assassinated, and he was friends with the person that assassinated. He'd say he was associated or something like that. But all these guys, man, they really internally, and the internal documents reflect and say as much that the FBI and maybe the CIA also, but the FBI was all in on stopping what they considered a black messiah, whether it was Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, maybe motherfucking Tupac and Biggie. They don't want, it's been a long-standing thing in the FBI, the CIA, that they don't want some black person to be able to rally all black people under one black banner. And so, I think that's the big crux of why they took these fools out. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm hot. But Cory Booker was involved in one or two of those events. Either he was there when he was assassinated. I feel like he's not old enough to be at the assassination is what is in my head. But it's just because he's a young looking guy. But that motherfucker's got to be 50, 60, something like that. I'm going to Google it. So, yeah. And they asked Cory Booker, hey, what do you wasn't it crazy that you knew, like you were like hanging with the guy that killed Malcolm X? Maybe it was he just knew the guy. But he's, oh man, blah, blah, blah. So he knew the assassin who killed Malcolm X. So, that's just some food for thought. I'm going to keep losing signal here, but just some things off the top of the head with what's transpired so far. So I'm eager always to